What's good, y'all? So, as y'all know, Chase and Dallas did not come on Thursday night. Girl, I really won't too much of my feelings about that. But last night I was sitting at home chilling, minding my business, and I just so happened to see that the Come Up season 3 episode 1, Liar, done came on, and I said, well, girl, let me go on ahead and see what they got going on. And I'm glad I did because I was actually entertained. Shout out to y'all, Gemini Films and the Come Up New York, season 3 episode 1, Liar. Girl, like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Be sure to hit that bell, become the notification gang. And if you really rock with my channel the way y'all say y'all do, please make sure to watch those ads. My PayPal and Cash App will be listed down to the description box. And if you would also like to donate another way, you can also consider joining the channel. I have 2 tiers. I have the T Subs and the T Squad. Both of those tiers are a reoccurring payment every month. I appreciate all of the members that have been joining. And you can also buy merchandise. My merchandise has been selling a lot in the past week, and I most definitely appreciate that. So make sure to go down to teesprings.com/Tea-Talk Boutique for all of thine Tea Talk needs. So, girl, the Come Up New York, honey. I feel like I said Atlanta at first. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't. But it's New York, honey. This is season 3, episode 1, Lie. So, the episode starts off with O'Neal Blue working out with one of his home girls. He says that we might remember him from Bad Boys Club for 2 seasons and was on season 2 of the Come Up. I mean, I give you the season 2 of the Come Up, but I never heard nothing about the Bad Boys Club. That must be some YouTube shit. But listen, work ain't honest, but it pay the bills, and I absolutely understand that, O'Neal. So do your thing, baby, because child, quiet as it's kept. You seem about quiet as a church mouse. So I really don't know what kind of noise you was up there making, but I'm gonna give it to you. He was doing an eyelash line, but he since then dropped that, and he's now working on a sunglasses line, and he wants his home girl to do a partnership with him for the line. He says that he wants to do more in the fashion industry because a lot of people know him for his fashions and his looks. And at first, I was like, child, boo. But then, once I saw the pictures that he chose for Instagram, and, then I was looking at his fashions as this episode went on, I said, okay, O'Neal. Okay, I can see you do have a taste of some fashion sense, and I can rock with that. She gives him good advice about how to handle his situation with Martell. We're going to put a pin on that because, we just going to put a pin on that. When I say we're going to put a pin in something, you already know that has the potential to go left. For all of you new come up people that don't know how I do, whenever I say put a pin on some girl, 9 times out of 10, it goes left down the line. Then we see Justin, who is a model and he's a fitness trainer. Him and his friend went to an event to go and network with other people. I thought the event was cute, but what was not cute was how you couldn't hear nobody talking. She's trying to do an interview with him, and Miss Girl got a microphone, but I still couldn't hear anything that she asked him. And that's no shade. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like if y'all are going to show something like that with him being interviewed, the least y'all could have done was have put a boom mic or a hot mic on him so we can hear her ask whatever her questions was, and then we can hear him rebuttal. That's just how I feel about that. But we're going to move right on along. Child, we see JCI. And he's known for YouTube and Instagram, but he's also a personal trainer, and he's a transgender male. Child, I don't care if you was a transgender spider, okay? Jason is fine as all hell. And I couldn't think of where I recognized him from, but I do remember him doing YouTube with his ex-girlfriend, whose name was Aubrey, that we're going to get on in just a second. They asked him about his last relationship with Aubrey and how last year was her chance to give her side of the story, and now this year is his chance to give his sides on things. He says that he feels like she was really young when they got together. They didn't know each other very long before they got together, and the age difference and the age gap was the problem. You know what? Because I'm 32, I definitely understand that. I have dealt with people that were way younger than I. Wait a minute, I want no shit. When I say way younger, I mean like 22, 23. To me, that's way younger. Okay, and it doesn't work out all the time. You know, they're still coming into their maturity. Just because a person is 18 doesn't mean that a switch come off, boom, and they're automatically mature. And in some cases, you do meet people like myself. I was very mature for my age when I was 18. But majority of my friends weren't. So, you know, I definitely understand that. And, you know, a lot of us do that, and we need to stop doing that because we put ourselves in that type of situation when we really don't have to. Like, it doesn't matter how fine somebody is, how cute somebody is, how much you want to bone somebody. If you're going to bone them, just bone them and leave it at that. Don't waste your time trying to get into no relationship, especially with somebody that's really young in the mind and you know that's not what you're on. I feel like when you go on ahead to be like, I mean, yeah, he or she really don't think the way an adult do, but child, you know, they so fine and that motion or that ocean, I'll go on ahead and deal with it. We need to stop doing all of that. But I sure don't blame her for being with JCon, because JCon is fine, baby. That thing is fine, girl. He says that he wasn't always comfortable with coming out as trans, but now that he's over that, he wants to live his own life in his own way. And I applaud you for doing that, JC. I do understand that, especially living in the days that we in, you know, you really don't want to put yourself out there on the chopping block like that. Because a lot of people may feel like it's transgender women getting killed, but I also feel like it's a couple of transgender men that may walk around here starting to get killed too. So, you know, I definitely understand your reservations about it, but I'm also glad that you said, you know what, this is my life. God gave me this life for a reason, and if I can do this and help one person, then it's all worth it. As long as you can help one person, it's all worth it. And I can appreciate you for doing that, JCon. He gets a FaceTime call and he's telling them about how his ex-girlfriend, who is a transgendered woman, now has a girlfriend. See, this is where things go left for me because I have questions. Myself being a member of the LGBTQ plus XYZ ABC 123 community, I still have my own questions about stuff like that. And I don't want to ruffle nobody's feathers, but somebody that's transgendered and you dating somebody that's transgender, but y'all are basically doing what the Bible say, which is sleeping with a woman or sleeping with a man, please drop down in the comments and tell me the allure of even going through all of that. Now, could it be a situation where, you know, I just always felt myself as a girl, even though I'm a chick with a dick, but I still like to hunch on women? Just get down into the comments and explain to me the whole situation with all of that. I'm not trying to be ignorant. I'm not trying to sound ignorant. And I don't want to put nobody on the spot. I just really want to know what's the purpose of going through all of that for y'all to basically do what the Bible say do anyhow. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm going to just leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. Because, girl, I was really confused when he told me that. I said, girl, whatever. Then we see Spanky Morris, and he's meeting up with his friend Travis to catch up. He's coming up with a hat line called the Spanky Morris Collection, and he has a vendor event coming up. Now, what Spanky was doing that I absolutely have a pet peeve about was he kept breaking the fourth wall, and he kept referring to the show as the show. Listen, I understand. It's YouTube based. I get it. There's only a small amount of people that's really going to actually pay attention to it. I get it. But you still want to do things in decency and in order. Because if you was on Logo, or if you was on We, or if you was on VH1, or if you was on Bravo, they would not want you to refer to the show as the show. You know, you could have said, well, you know, these boys got an issue with me, the group got an issue with me, these girls got an issue with me. But to always constantly reference the show was really getting on my nerves. And you did that several times out of this, Spanky. But I'm gonna let you have it. He says that some of the cast isn't feeling him. They think he's messy, and some people tried to fight him. He says that somebody lied on him, saying that he was talking about people. He also seems to have had a falling out with Martell, and I say also because I found out, because I didn't see second or first season. I found out that O'Neal Blue also had an issue with Martell. So I'm just confused as to who the messy bitch is, because Morris only seemed to have had a issue with two people, and Montel seemed to have an issue with two people, because two people had to come up and try to forgive and forget. Let's move on with him. So I don't know, y'all. I didn't watch last season. Maybe I should go back and watch last season so I could get a better understanding of exactly who Martell is. But in my opinion, he a messy queen too. Moving right on along. So then we see Chance. And Chance is meeting up with Justin down to the Planet Fitness girl. He says that he always keeps it real, and that last season he really wasn't doing anything but putting bitches in their place. But this season he's focusing more on himself. Girl, you should have focused more on yourself the previous season instead of trying to act like you that girl. Now that's just how I feel about that. He says that he put a pause on a book so that he could try to write something that's a little more easier to reach out to the public with, and he's trying to focus himself on music. Chance, listen, I hate that every person feels like they're into doing something on reality TV is music. If you're putting a pause on a book, you need to go on ahead and put a pause on the music. And then you set up in your confessional and said, well, I don't want to be listed as a rapper. I don't want to be referred to as a rapper, because being referred to as a rapper comes with a lot of stipulations and this, that, and this. I just want to be referred to as an artist. Listen, I could see you being a bridal consultant down to Kleinfeld's. I could see you, being a receptionist fish down to the damn Planet Fitness. You know what I'm saying? I could see you working customer service down to the Macy's. Baby steps, sis. Baby steps. I don't want to hear nothing about you put a pause on a book to focus on music. I don't want to hear that, Chance. What do you really have going on in your life? Because at this point, and then how you started it off with you won't doing that last season, but keeping it real with people, that just make me feel like the producer said, girl, you need to get up out of this being real business and find you some business for yourself, sis. Go busy yourself. You need a storyline. That's what I feel like this is, Chance. And I'm just being real. I don't know you. You ain't never did nothing to me. And I think you are mad cute. But I'm just being honest with you, sis. I'm being honest with you. I feel like you doing this to grasp for straws, to stay your ass up on this show. And don't get me wrong. I get it. Do what you need to do to get your exposure. But, girl, don't bore me to tears. Because I don't want to have to go in and have on you like I'm going to have to do Justin down to the end of this video. Justin asked Chance about the drama that happened last season. He says that he felt like everybody was attacking a person that he considered a weak link, and he took up for him. But he now regrets it because he heard that this person was talking shit about him and lied on him, and says that he kind of felt like he was being set up. And that person was Spanky Morris. We're going to put a pin on that. We're going to get back to that. Justin feels like he's messy and he deserves to get his ass beat. Justin, this was the first time you rubbed me the wrong way, because I feel like this. He didn't do anything to you. Granted, you seen last season and you didn't like the way he moved and grooved, and I understand all of that. You're trying to be cool with somebody that was there last season. I totally get all of that. But he didn't do anything to you. Whatever Chance's experience was with Spanky was not the experience that you had with Spanky, because you was a new bitch. You a new girl. You a new fish down to the frying pan. So it would seem to me that you would have said, well, child, listen, I really don't get down with all that messy stuff, but she ain't never did nothing to me. You know, I'm having an event. I'm going to invite her. I'm going to see how she like for herself. I mean, I'm going to be kind of giving her the cat eye. But, you know, I'm going to be respectful. I'm going to hold all my judgments. Like, that's what you should have done. That's what you should have done. Girl. Chance says that Montel told him that Spanky Morris was going back and forth between the two of them, telling them what each other has said. And the rest of that, I really could care less about. Justin had invited him to an event that he's having, that he's inviting everybody to, so that he could get to know everybody, because he is the new girl. Excuse me. He is the new girl on the scene. So then we see Mitch. And Mitch is in the studio, and he's a singer and a songwriter from Queens, New York, honey. He already has one single out now, and he's working on his second single and a music video. Shout out to Mitch. I mean, Mitch, you know, Mitch got a little tune, you know. Mitch doing a little yang around the house. You know, now I'm not going to sit here and say that, you know, he going to make Billboard anytime soon. I feel as though he still have a lot more growing to do. But I mean, you know, he giving me a little yang around the house. And, you know, I'm interested. I'm interested to see what else he got to give us. He says that his father really wasn't in his life, and so he used music to try to reach out to him, even though that didn't work, and help him get over that. And now he's focused on his career and his supporters. And I can appreciate that, Mitch. I really can. Music is supposed to be a way to reach out to people. And even though that did not happen for you, I'm glad that you did not give up on your music. I'm glad that you did not give up on your dream. And that's what real artists do, like myself. You understand what I'm saying? We push a pump the best way that we know how. And I'm here for you for that, Montel. I mean, Mitch, everything else I really could care less about. Not to be mean or rude, but it was just a lot going on, y'all. And I ain't feel like writing down all them notes, child. Watch it for yourself. So O'Neal Blue invites Montel and Chance out to talk and clear the air. O'Neal, you was giving me Merc BTs in that scene down to the restaurant where you had on that sickening fedora. Y'all know Merc B from the tag team, the YouTube duo, the dark skinned dude. That's exactly who you look like sitting up there. Are y'all related somewhere? Are y'all relatives? Y'all first cousins or something? Because you was giving me all kind of Merc BTs, and that's really no shade. And I lived for your fashions. I really did. That fedora was everything, sis. I'm in Long Island, West Hempstead, girl. I live in the suburbs. Let me borrow that sometime. Montel says that his only issue was that he felt like towards the end, he felt like he was losing his friend and they were drifting apart. And he really didn't know how to communicate that to him. O'Neal says that what made them drift apart in the situation was the situation with Raekwon. He felt as if he was defending his friend against Raekwon. Why would he go out behind following him? And then they showed the montage of last season and how whoever this Raekwon girl is was outside ranting and raving, and we saw Montel go out there basically to try to get him to come back in. Montel says that he was going after him to get him to come back and have that same energy he had talking to Montel, but he does understand how O'Neal felt, and he apologized for how it was perceived. Which I am glad that they got over that, because at the end of the day, if y'all are real good girlfriends or good Judies or whatever, you know, you don't want anything to come in between that. You know what I'm saying? Especially a nondescript bitch that just don't matter. All right. So they get down to the situation about, like, you know, why Montel had an issue with Spanky and why Chance had an issue with Spanky. And Martell feels like Spanky Morris used people to do her dirty work. He says that they were friends coming into this, and he waited to see when everybody was getting along with him. He went and told other people what he said to him in confidence. But I feel like this. Montel, the same thing that you're mad at Spanky about, you're doing now. Now you don't like him. Y'all had a falling out. And now you're so quick to run off and tell everything that he done told you about different people in confidence. And I hate when people do that. That's the first thing people do when they fall out with somebody. They want to run off and just go out and let the floodgates open. Much like Funky Dineva says, baby, the only person I tell any of my secrets to is the lady in the lake. Because that's the only bitch that's not going to go play run tell that. And girl, I'm going to add a caveat to that. I don't even tell the lady in the lake. Anything that I got to say about anybody and we're all in a circle of friends, I keep that shit to myself. I learned that lesson back in high school. And for you to sit up here and try to throw all of these stones at him when you're basically doing the same thing, Montel, I'm not here for you for that. O'Neal feels like he's not for everything that Montel is saying that Spanky said about him because he feels like, why didn't he tell me in that moment? Why would you wait a whole year later to tell me that? So he decided to brush it off his shoulders. And I'm not mad at you for that. It's like at the end of the day, yeah, now that you're venting to me and now you're telling all of his tea, trying to get me riled up about what may or may not have been said about me. But this was a whole year ago. You kept that to yourself a whole year ago. Now that you done fell out with this person, now it's, well, girl, and he also done talked about you and said da-da-da-da-da about you. Well, when did you know? Well, girl, he told me that a whole last year, but I ain't want to start nothing with nobody. Well, then you need to keep that same energy, sis. Don't tell me nothing about what somebody else done told you about me and you my friend and you not take up for me. You hoarded that grenade for this moment right here, which is again why I say Montel and Spanky is one and the same, and they need to go on ahead and make up with each other. Because both of y'all are some messy bitches at this point. That's just how I feel. Don't sit here and throw all of this smoke and this dirt on him when you basically run around here doing the same thing. Girl, bye. So we get down to Justin's Cher affair. Girl, we see Ken. We see Ken's big beat face. We see them beat lashes. And we see his lip gloss is more popping than Lil Mama was down to the video. But then we have to see him in Oshkosh Bagosh with no shirt on. Ken, girl, I guess. He says that he has an eyelash line coming out in 2020. Why, girl, what's going on with the eyelash trend? Like, first, everybody wanted to be singers. Then everybody wanted to be rappers. Then everybody wanted to be fashionistas. Now everybody making up a lash line. Child, I get, even though your lashes was popping. But child, I guess. And for whatever reason, Ken thinks that she's that bitch. And, Ken, you ain't never did nothing to me, but I didn't see the first or the second season, so I can't give you that title right now. I'm going to have to go back and watch the other two seasons and base my opinion off of that. When Spanky comes in and speaks to Justin, Justin already knew who he was, and Spanky says, "Oh, you already know." And Justin gets spicy out of nowhere, and that was the end of the episode. Justin, here's where I'm about to get you together. Because I'm really trying to like you. I am. Justin, I'm really trying to like you. But baby, sit back, relax, and chill. Give me a second and let me tell you how I feel. The way you came off on Spanky was completely so unneeded, so unwarranted. You allowed somebody else's feelings about him project on you. And now you have all of these thoughts that turned into feelings, and now they're turning into actions. And now you made yourself look worse than what you was trying to make him out to be. And Justin, this is the thing. This is reality TV, and you a new girl. Prior in the episode, you made it very clear that you saw last season and you saw what Spanky did to Chance. You being a new girl, and this is a reality show, You should not have opened up with Spanky, right? No. What you should have done was, hey, hello, how you doing? My name is Justin, and you are. And you should have let him say who he was, and then the whole episode could have started. And to me, it felt like you waited for any little thing that you could take as shade to blow it up out of proportion. The way that you came off on Spanky, it was not attractive. It was not attractive at all. And you the type of person where it's like smelling a rose than getting stung by a bee. That's the best analogy that I can use. Because as fine as you are, you have a jacked up personality and you have a jacked up, what's the word I'm looking for? A jacked up attitude. You have a jacked up attitude. And I can't get down with that. Like, Spanky, you's a much better person than I'll ever be. Because I'd have did one or two things. I would have teed off on that ass. Or I just would have got up and left. Baby, I don't have to grace my... I'd have pulled the cane. Baby, I don't have to grace my presence on your little share event. You're a new girl. I was here last season. Don't give me much. Spanky, you better than me. Because it's no way I would have ever allowed Justin to just straight up, wait up, hold up, Mr. Lover, go off on me like that. Like, it was so unattractive, Justin. It really was. It was so unattractive. I would have much rather you have given him a chance than for you to sit up and take what Chance had to say to be what it is. And then you just have all of these ill feelings towards him and all. Like, listen, I'm 32 years old. I don't get down like that. If a bitch ain't never did nothing to me, she all right with me. Now, until she's done something to me, I'm just going to give her the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to treat her with as much respect as she treats me with. And the way that you came off on him, I won't feeling that, Justin. I won't feeling that at all. I really hope you clean that up so that I can learn to like you. Because if not, I'm just going to go in and I have on you. I'm letting you know that right now. But y'all, that's all I got. I ain't got no more to give you. The episode was long. It was giving me what I really wish Chasing Dallas would do, which is give us more than 30 minutes of an episode. So y'all drop down in the comments. Y'all let me know if y'all watch the show. If you don't, please watch it. Shout out to my fellow reviewers that I see that review it. EBBIE Reviews, Scotty, and Mrs. Scotty, aka Mrs. Still Standing. And also my pumpkin, Foy the artist. Definitely hit up Foy the artist and also hit up EBBIE Reviews. And Scotty for that matter. I don't know if any other Justin League panel is going to review it, but I know the three of us do. So shout out to us, girl. And I'm going to holler at y'all later.
I just woke up and I rolled up. I just woke up and I rolled up. And I got my plane ticket. That push that be my starter kit. I just woke up and